My name is Stanley Janicki, and we are at the 4-H Forum in 2008, and we are here with the CTAC 4-H group. I am a member of it, and this is the Genesis ROV that was in the Explorer class for the Make competition, and it was specifically designed for a mission at the competition that they went to down in San Diego. And what it had to do was, there's a simulated ocean bottom seismograph, which is a thing that measures underwater earthquakes and stuff. And a real one got stranded sometime a couple years ago from an underwater eruption, and then they had a real ROV go down and save it. So what this one had to do was, there was a simulated underwater seismograph, and they had weights on it, which were pool weights, and it had to take the pool weights off, and then the seismograph would float to the surface. One of the other things they had to do was take the temperature of a simulated hydrothermal vent, which is an underwater volcano, and which is a piece of PVC pipe, 3-inch PVC pipe, about 1.5 feet tall, with a 1/2-inch PVC pipe coming out the top, with hot water coming out of it. And the left arm, you can see, hey, can you turn it? Can you?
You know what, I'll zoom in on it later and then we'll overlap that.
And which is specifically designed to grab the 3-inch PVC pipe, and you can see it, and has the thermometer, which is a little wire there, to take the temperature. But during the competition, they were driving it, and see how it has two motors that can make it go like this? One of those, they turned on accident and broke off the thermometer when they were trying to take the temperature, which ended up, that's why they didn't do better. They got 10th place out of 19 from all around the world, and they would have done much better had their thermometer not have broken. And they got perfect score in saving the OBS, but the hydrothermal vent, whereas we got most points, they did not do as well. And they also did very well in the engineering evaluation. But some of the other stuff this club does is not just the Explorer class ROVs, but they also made 3 Ranger class ROVs for the regional competition in Federal Way this year. And you can see one of them over on the table behind the poster.
Okay, let's go over here. Okay, tell us about this.
And this one was designed by a group of kids who weren't quite as experienced and haven't been in the club as long as the kids who made the other one. And as you can see, it's got special things. Like here, this is where it would grab the simulated hydrothermal vent. It has to do slightly different things. Like it had to take rocks off the hydrothermal vent and take some samples, which were simulated crabs, off the bottom of the pool. So this one had to do slightly different things. It doesn't have to be quite as powerful as the big one, and much easier missions. And this one had the same thing, but it still had to take the temperature, and it would grab the PVC pipe just like the other one did and take the temperature. And it has another net on the bottom. You can see the net here, and this net would go down and pick up the crabs off the bottom, and also they would go up to the hydrothermal vent and slide this up and skim all the rocks off the vent, which is a PVC pipe with rocks velcroed to the side. And this team had 4 vertical thrusters, which was for power, so they could go fast. You got a bonus for being faster. And when it went to the competition, the one problem that they didn't do better is they had a short in their umbilical cable. And right here, this is the back, it comes off, and they put one off a different ROV on, but they tested theirs earlier, and it drove perfect. But this part, the end cap, was full of resin, and because so this wouldn't leak at all. But when they took it off, they put one on that wasn't filled with resin, so it was much lighter weight, and they had a bunch of foam on it for when they had the heavier one on. But when they put the lighter one on, it would not sink. So they did not do very well in their competition because it wouldn't sink. But one of the other teams that they had, that I was on, when it went down the 14 feet to the bottom of the pool, the foam on it crushed. So it wouldn't come up. It was stranded at the bottom because the foam actually crushed because of the high pressures that deep.
So you're obviously passionate about this. I mean, how did you get involved in all of this?
Well, we have a display at the Skagit County Fair every year. They've done that since the very first year. And I have been there every year because my brothers and I have been in 4-H in different 4-H groups. I've been in 4-H for 8 years. And I'd always go there, but I was never old enough to join. And last year, I was old enough to join, and I joined the club because I knew everyone there. I was very... I've seen everything they have done and was very much interested in it.
And was it hard when you started?
No, not at all. It was very easy, but there was different ways, a couple leaders, and each leader had a little bit different philosophy on how they made their ROV. And our leader focused more on research and development and not really on building the ROV, and that's why we hadn't had time to put ours in a pool before, is he spent most of his time doing research and development and less time actually building it.
Okay. And are you thinking of pursuing any of this in a career? Or?
Yes, I am going to go to some college for an engineering degree of some sort, preferably MIT, and then go to the University of Washington for a master's degree.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.